Full throttle.
Trying.
Let's go.
Trying.
Let's go. Street dog. Hey, welcome back to NewZeroland. For this video, let's time travel back to January 2021. I got a message from some cool dudes at a company called FTN Motion saying they were building electric motorcycles in Wellington and they called them Streetdogs. They had a prototype and asked if I wanted to come check it out. It was this little 50cc equivalent city bike with pretty wild cafe racer kind of styling and a huge storage compartment you could put beers in. At the time, I think there were only 3 people at the company and they just had that one bike. But they were really excited about it and super friendly, so I wished them the best and we kept in touch. Fast forward to only 4 months later and they already had a shop by the beach, a whole team of employees, and they were ramping up production on the first 10 bikes. If you were traveling through the Wellington airport around that time, you may have seen this one with a psychedelic paint scheme. This is when I got to ride one long enough to shoot a video about it. Now about 2 years later, they have a way bigger shop right in the middle of the city, and they've built over 100 of them. We actually got to borrow number 100 and 103. So here's a little about the specs before we hit the road. It has a 3 kilowatt hub motor, which means no belts to adjust or chains to clean. Oh yeah, and this is what the company name stands for. Awesome. It has a 3 kilowatt hour removable battery with a range of between 80 and 100 Ks, and that battery only weighs about 14 kilos. Some cool stuff we didn't know about it was that you can turn it on with a key fob by touching the side of the tank, or put in a pin code on the dash, because yeah, it's a touchscreen. The bodywork is all made of hemp instead of fiberglass, which is pretty cool and eco-friendly, and you can ride these on a car license. FTN let us borrow the bikes for the whole weekend, so we plan to ride over the hills, into the countryside, and out to the coast for lunch. It's winter in New Zealand, so it was really cold and windy, but they gifted us complimentary hoodies to keep us warm. That's so cool!
Do I look funny? I feel funny.
I really like the mints.
Yeah.
The color is really cool. I like how customizable these are. Like every single one is different. They got wraps and different paints and stuff. I didn't know how much of these bikes was made in Wellington. Like the whole frame and the hemp bodywork and the batteries and like everything. Oh, there's a race! Oh, I'm losing! Jen smoked me. No, I wasn't ready. Wow. I need to lay off the donuts.
Is there a regenerative brake?
There is, just a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it doesn't cut the throttle either, which is nice. Yeah, when you use the brakes, the regen still works. Help slow you down.
I feel
This is so fun. There's something to be said about like really tiny, low-powered bikes that weigh nothing, like the Honda Monkey, like the Groms. There's a reason why they're so popular.
I mean, we can't take it to the track or anything.
No.
But
Or
it's a
could you?
different kind of fun. Huh? Bucket racing?
Bucket racing. Yeah. FTN, if you're listening, let's go bucket racing.
Let's go bucket racing.
So today we're going to Makara Beach just to see what kind of range we can get. Because as with most electric vehicles, if they don't have fast charging, they charge overnight and that's kind of it. And so we want to see how far these bikes can go to see what kind of commuters they make. Obviously the top speed is 50 k's an hour and that's it. It's capped 50. And so if you have a range of 100 kilometers, that's what they say, FTN says, that would take you 2 hours to drain the battery. It's pretty impressive. 2 hours is a lot of riding, and I doubt that people really commute for 2 hours. You know, if you live in a city, the city's got to be huge to take an hour to get across.
Aucklandia?
Yeah, maybe Auckland.
But this would definitely be the cuter commuter.
The cuter commuter. One cool thing though, if you live in Auckland and you live in an apartment or something, you can take the battery out and charge inside. So it's way easier to deal with charging and not, you know, need a garage or somewhere to park the whole bike. You can just leave the bike outside, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't leave the bike outside. These are too fancy. And they're so lightweight, you could probably just pick it up and park in your living room. If you're cold, they're cold. Oh yeah, and they redesigned the battery so that, like the old ones, you would just drop the battery onto the connector, and with these, yeah, the connector's on top, and it's like a really fancy waterproof one. So much nicer. 50 maxed, full speed. It feels like it wants to go faster though.
I think it does.
Like
At
it's
49.
It's just limited for laws, but yeah, it's got the power. And really, I actually kind of like that they lowered the speed limit here to 50, because that just means everybody's going 50 now, and you don't.
Not slow.
Yeah, you can ride a moped like this and not feel like you're in danger.
Yeah.
Was that you?
That's
Oh yeah, horn. So that's what the horn sounds like. I like that the
Tack.
charging. Yeah, the gauge for the fuel is like an empty or full actual like fuel gauge. It's really classy.
Yeah.
The whole design of the dash is really classy.
I like the simplicity.
Yeah, so simple. Exactly what you need. It's got your trip, it's got your speed, and your charge, and that's basically all you need. I mean, you don't really need to see like efficiency and watt hours per kilometer and stuff, because like you're not going to be riding too far away. How cool does Jen look right now? Yeah. Our little biker gang. I like all the little touches too. Like they have the FTN logo, the little electricity wire kind of thing on the brakes. Is that a wire? I don't know. Circuitry?
Oh, yeah.
Some kind of like
Squirrely cues.
squirrely cues. Yeah, technical term. I really need to learn how electricity works.
Zap.
Okay, I'm sweating. As they say, you're not stuck in traffic, you are traffic. And if you can just zip around all these fools, this is great. And yeah, the turn signals on the end of the bars, the bar ends, those are really cool. But they were saying that apparently, like when people drop them, they just get destroyed. So,
Don't drop the bike.
just don't drop your bike. Pretty comfy seats. But I think you were saying the inner thighs are.
Yeah, when you're riding, it's fine. But when you're sitting, it's kind of like, oh.
Oh yeah, with your legs down.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Feet up. It's pretty nice. It's comfy.
Oh,
it's 30 here. Jeez.
oh wow. Well.
Suddenly these motorcycles are too fast. See, I think as a commuter, this would be perfect. But then also as like a fun experience, just to go out and like, you know that you're on something.
So unique.
Yeah, I don't know, it's a very different experience than a motorcycle and different than a bicycle, and it's like very unique experience.
Oh man, these are great.
Yeah, it's so
They should
effortless.
rent these out.
They should.
Like,
That'd be
I know
great.
selling them's great, but I think also it's like $100 for the weekend.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Put on Mevo.
Yeah, actually, these would be awesome. They'd be perfect for that, because like in Germany, right? They had those electric scooters.
Oh yeah. Oh,
the
Stellas?
Yeah, Stellas. There were a bunch in certain places around the city, and you could just unplug them when you want to ride them and plug them in somewhere else in the city. And I think Wellington would be perfect
Yeah.
for that kind of thing.
And we could do the whole battery swap like I talked about ages ago.
Yep.
It's like you get to your destination, put a battery in.
Yeah.
Charge a battery.
Yeah, actually, that would be perfect for these. You could just have a bunch of empty ones and like a vending machine like in China, where there's just a vending machine of these like little triangular shaped batteries. You just punch in your card or whatever and pull out a battery, and you have a little like commuter thing to get across the city to another vending machine.
Love that.
And each one could have a different instead of having the key fob, you could just punch in the pin code. It's already set up for that. It already has a lock and an alarm and stuff.
Yep.
It's perfect. And see, if we had a bunch of these little vending machines for these batteries in different cities, you could potentially ride to the next city, swap batteries, and then just keep riding.
Keep riding.
Do a battery swap road trip.
Ooh.
And then, even though this has a limited range of like 100 Ks, you could potentially go super far. Just keep swapping them. Okay, that was kind of a crazy idea, but I'd love to see something like that happen. An electric motorcycle rideshare program in New Zealand would be so cool. I think we were just having too much fun on these, and it made us think of more excuses to ride them in the future. Yeah. And just press the button, and it's off. Easy. What are you doing?
Sorry. I'm coming.
we got to the coast and we still had way too much range. So we decided, on our way back home, we'd try and hit every brewery in Wellington and get a beer from each one to see how many beers would fit in the Streetdogs 30-liter storage compartment. Is there a better way to spend your afternoon? We didn't think so. So, one can. This is...
And it's a big can.
Yeah, these tanks are this storage space or whatever. It's just massive. I don't know how many beers you can fit in here. Probably like 50, I'm guessing. I don't know if I can buy 50 beers. This is an expensive video. Blood orange and hazy.
Aw, that's spice.
What'd you get?
Got ginger rush.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious. Got your winter hazy.
Oh yeah, sweet. Nice. Woo.
It's got a full bottom.
Hey, nice. So how many beers can you fit in a street dog? Turns out, more beers than we can afford. Michelle was saying they upgraded the frame so it's wider now, supposedly to make it stronger, but I think it was to fit more beers. If you're curious what else you can fit in there, it's a huge space. I think to sum up our weekend on the street dogs, neither of us wanted to give them back. They were just so much fun, such a joy to ride. We couldn't stop smiling the whole time. Actually, one of the first riders to buy a street dog made this awesome artwork for them, just because he loves his bike so much. I feel like even though they're still new, they already have a cult following. The bikes aren't cheap, but the high level of build quality makes me feel like they're worth it. And there's something special about supporting a local business. As far as I know, these are the only production vehicles made in New Zealand right now, and that's worth celebrating. So we want to say a huge thanks to Michelle and Sarah at FTN Motion for reaching out and giving us such a fun weekend. And in case you were wondering, the beers were amazing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.